Welcome all to the Womanium Global Quantum and AI Program 2024. In the meantime, as there are so many people, we are increasing the Zoom limits, 500 to 1,000. Let's see if we need even more. And wonderful that you are all here from all over the world, from more than 120 countries. We have the team here, Prachi Vakaria, co-founder of Womanium, Vardaan Sahgal, lead of the Quantum Solutions Launchpad, Lindsay Beyak, who has been with Womanium Quantum since 2022 and runs all the shows here. Alex Piju, also there since 2022 and a steady force in creating the programs. And now I see everyone coming in. The waiting room is still, it is going up while Prachi increases the Zoom limits. And welcome everyone to the Global Quantum and AI programs. This is fantastic. We had more than 500 people in the waiting room. That 500 was given by our Zoom limit. It is now being increased to 1,000. Let's see where we get. It's fantastic to see some familiar names from earlier years, and now very many new names. That is amazing. Welcome to join your quantum journey. We will have a fantastic program with the first week, a keynote from William Oliver from MIT, a fireside chat and Q&A with Olivia Lanes from IBM. Then a content for the beginners, Q Bronze. And from the second week, it will be new for everyone. Quantum annealing with D-Wave, with Q-World. Then starting from week 3, artificial intelligence, quantum machine learning, advanced quantum algorithms, 8 sessions with Classic, virtual lab tours by Google Quantum AI, Atom Computing, Oak Ridge, and multiple more. And we are very excited to have you here. I will just keep talking in the meantime while everyone is flowing in. We have more than 700 people coming in right now. I see that there are still 220 in the waiting room joining. So that makes, wow, that makes almost 1,000. Let's see how to increase these Zoom limits more, Prachi. This is fantastic. The team has been working hard the past year to create this new program. It is entirely new, also compared to 2022, 2023, and has something great to offer to everyone, to beginners, intermediate, advanced people. You can all have a great and insightful summer here, working on quantum training, projects where you can really excel, working on quantum and AI for climate or for manufacturing and various other use cases. And we are very excited to see what you will come up with in your use cases, paving the way for an eventual quantum advantage. Slowly, the waiting room is becoming less, but I fear that this limit is again given by the Zoom limit because it adds up to 1,000. That number is a little bit too round. Behind the screens, behind the scenes, the team is working to increase it even more. Fantastic, you're all here, really from all over the world. We have many participants from North America, from South America, from Europe, from Africa, from South Asia, from East Asia, even from Australia, who might not be here right now because of the time zone, but the recordings will be made available so everyone has access to everything. In the Zoom chat, you should only be able to message organizers. So that is not the main channel. Your questions can go to Discord. Most of you enrolled in Discord, and there you see a channel, Live Sessions. That is the channel where you can pose your questions and ask, hey, what is going on here? Why haven't you started it yet? Yeah, it's because of this great enthusiasm for this amazing group that there are so many. And that is also where I will read your questions to then field them to the speakers. So please have a look, go to your Discord. There is the announcements where mostly the team posts, the daily schedule. We will start posting there from today about what is coming up tomorrow. And then live questions. That is the place to be right now. And indeed, I see more than 40 new messages. Yes,
Yeah.
most about people coming in right now.
Yes.
Okay. Pachi, can you tell me the status? We have 1,000 people here. Will we increase the Zoom limits further, or are we at capacity?
We are at capacity. Even Zoom does not let me to add more people. So for everybody else who cannot join us, we will live stream this on YouTube in the subsequent sessions, and then we will send a video recording of today to everybody else as well.
Okay. Then we will also start the YouTube live stream right now and share the link with everyone. So the people who couldn't enter the Zoom right now can join via live stream.
And in the meantime, let me all tell you a little bit about Womanium. So very nice to see everyone. A lot of you may be asking, what is quantum? So for quantum, we have the next 6 weeks. I can get started and give you a brief introduction. I'm one of the co-founders of Womanium. Womanium is a foundation. It's a nonprofit that is located in Washington, D.C. We started in 2017. And the intention when we first started it, so it's a couple of co-founders, all from MIT Media Lab. And, we love science. And our goal was, what can we do to advance science? And what science needs are typically, lots of money for good labs and lots of really smart people. And while there's plenty of money going into science, especially when I see here in Washington, D.C., there's plenty of money the US government invests. The question is, how do we get some of the best minds into different scientific domains? And I've been fortunate enough to see different labs and facilities. And I said, well, how do we get people, more young people, to see all the cool work happening in different domains? So this is why we started Womanium with the goal to train young people in advanced technologies that you typically cannot find in a university education. Universities are really good at teaching you hands-on technology. They're really good at training you to work on today's technology. And our goal is to pivot you to fields that are still emerging, that are maybe 5, 10, 15 years away, but that are needed as you look to become a future scientific leader. So in the past, we worked with US government agencies like NASA on the James Webb Space Telescope, with ARPA-E on advanced energy systems. We've given away thousands of scholarships. Actually, that number 1,000 is really, really old. Like right now, it's probably like 1 million. We've done just so much work and so much impact, and we won a couple of awards for it as well. So we're really excited. Last couple of years, we've been focusing on quantum. And to tell you more about quantum, let me bring Dr. Malu Slot here. Dr. Malu Slot, she is a quantum physicist at NIST, which is the National Institute of Science and Technology. And she'll tell you a little bit more about her daily work and, of course, why we're here today learning quantum.
Wonderful. Thank you, Prachi, and thank you for introducing Womanium. Wonderful that you're all here. Very excited. It is amazing to see all these Zoom limits being exceeded. And we have the live stream now live on YouTube. Yes, thank you, Abderrahman, for sharing the link on Discord. We are following the Discord channel for your questions. Please post in the live sessions channel. And that is also where we will field your questions to the speakers from. My name is Marloes Slot. I am a physicist at NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology in Colorado in the US. My background is in quantum materials and nowadays in quantum sensing, where I work on chip-scale atomic clocks. And 2 years ago, the founders of Womanium and I got together thinking about what is the cutting edge of science and technology that people need to be educated and trained in now, so they can become the leaders in 10 years. And we decided that is quantum, where we need to focus on now. And many of you joined us on this journey the past two years. The past 2 years, something 21st century. We think quantum is something of the future. But here my slide shows 1900s. Why? Quantum itself is not very new. Quantum theory was devised in the early 1900s. There we started to understand what atoms are. We refined the models. We got the Schrödinger equation. And now we are entering a new era. Now we are able to not only understand these particles more and more, what are atoms, what are ions, what are photons, but we are also able to very precisely control them and manipulate them to such extent that we can trap ions in an ion trap. We can trap ultra-cold atoms in optical tweezers. We can have We can emit single photons, split them, and entangle them. And this now paves the way to not only theory and textbooks, but real-world applications. So this is where we now enter the 21st century, the quantum era, and create applications based on these quantum particles and quantum principles, enabling us eventually to compute faster using quantum computers, to sense with a higher sensitivity or higher accuracy using quantum sensors, to communicate in an inherently secure way in quantum communications. And this is the exciting moment that we want you to join. In this 1900s, the global quantum leaders look like this. You recognize some of these faces. They are heroes that we all, from whom we all learned the theories. But now, in the 21st century, we want the quantum leaders to look like you. 3,200 participants and more coming, more than 120 countries, 50% women and men. A very diverse picture, a picture of very ambitious and motivated and smart minds. And we are so happy that you are joining us all for that. For what? I will share a little bit about the Womanium Global Quantum Program, the past 2 years, and now what we are planning for this summer with all of you. The Global Quantum Program started 2 years ago, a virtual program, 2 months, very intensive, exposing everyone to everything in quantum. Speakers, global thought leaders from industry, academia, government, many topics ranging from the basics of quantum computing to more advanced algorithms, quantum sensing, quantum networks. Last year was more than 300 hours of content, including 75 hours of live lectures. And because it's virtual, it's accessible from everywhere. We had speakers including a Nobel Prize winner, Bill Phillips from NIST. We had virtual lab tours, joining quantum labs from D-Wave to startups like Quix Quantum in the Netherlands, Thread Ion Quantum Computing, Quantinuum in the US, and so forth. Overall, the past 2 years, we had 4,000 participants overall. But this year, we might get it only in this year, which is amazing. And many of you who are returning helped spread this word. 44 to 45% women, which means it's approximately half-half, something that would be wonderful to see later in academic labs, in industry, etc. And you are the ones to make that happen. All education levels, from around 50% undergrad to 30% masters, 12% PhD, and this is what has been completed. So quite some of this 50% bachelor's is currently in a master or PhD program. But also, if you are not enrolled in undergrad yet, there are multiple high school students as well, and we will give special guidance to high school students this year to make you kickstart into the quantum domain. More than 120 countries, so really the whole world is represented. The past 2 years, we had more than 100 speakers coming, exposing everyone to the whole quantum ecosystem, from government to industry to academia. We engaged with 50 partners, more than 50 partners, as sponsors or content contributors, giving lectures, hosting virtual lab tours. And you might see many familiar logos and organizations here. Then, this team that we have here, the Womanium team, we did a huge effort to organize everything in our spare time, because this is not a paid job for us. We do it as volunteers. I do it in addition to my work at NIST. My colleague Alex is a postdoc in Italy. My colleague Haisa works as a scientist and engineer at NKT Photonics, and so forth. So we put all this work in, but the most rewarding was the work that you put in. Here an example of the hackathon in 2022, where Ashley from UCLA in Los Angeles shows her results on simulating hydrogen fuel cells, a project with Quantium. Then here on the right, Team Curious, a very strong team from various countries working on a problem posed by Deloitte to minimize CO2 emissions. And I'm showing this because this year we will do an even bigger project, and we are already really excited for your results that you will show. Then we didn't do only applied research projects, but also education and media projects. And also this year, you will have the opportunity to spread the word to others about what you are doing. Here's an example of Carolina in Venezuela, who was teaching young women in Venezuela about quantum, virtually, later in person, and that became a huge success. Pablo from Argentina, making infographics about various topics. And since we had more than 2,500 people enrolled, if everyone can only ignite 5 more people for quantum, you will have already reached more than 10,000. So this is the great impact that we can have all together. Some more examples. People writing posts on Medium. Here, for example, Murshad from India, he wrote more than 21 articles. Isma, Pakistan, held lectures on YouTube. Feroz, also from Pakistan, had so many Medium articles that eventually he was able to have a Zoom call with the CEO of Medium, where he could share to the CEO of Medium about quantum. Really magnificent what you all did. And this impact was also directly visible in the figures. Here on the left side, you see a graph of the quantum level participants the past 2 years perceived before joining in blue, and then after completing the program in red. And you see how it shifted from a bit more than 2 to almost 4 on the scale to 5. So this is very significant. Then job opportunities. It is so rewarding to see that people after the program join companies that they got in touch with through the program or build the knowledge for that in the program. And nowadays, when I go to conferences for my day job, for my work at NIST, I meet people who were in the Womanium Quantum program and now joined various companies and said that they got in touch or got the knowledge for it through this program. Wonderful to hear, and I hope that this will happen for all of you. And we are happy to support you in that. Training is one part, but we saw that there is not only a gap in education, but also in the opportunities to then join research projects. So that is where we started the next step. Last year, it was still in its kind of child's shoes or baby. Well, this is a Dutch word, I think, that I'm mixing in, but you know what I mean. It was just starting. And now, 1 year later, we have increased it tremendously. And Vardaan Sagal has been leading that. Vardaan is a physicist by training, is a hackathon king. Many of you knew him from QHack and other hackathons where he was often winning. Then 2 years ago, he joined the Womanium team to organize a hackathon. And since then, he has been organizing industry projects with main partners like the Naval Nuclear Lab, with Xanadu, various others, to launch even more people into direct quantum career opportunities. Vardaan, would you like to share more about that?
Sure thing, yeah. So hello everyone, my name is Vardaan and I lead this Quantum Solutions Launchpad program. So like Marlo mentioned, we trained a lot of students, over 4,000 students across 120 plus countries. And very fortunately, many of them got hired from different industries, which is great. But we also realized that there was a lot of percentage of students which were actually students at that time, and they could not really get full-time hired. So we created a special program for them called as a Quantum Solutions Launchpad, wherein they worked with us on a part-time basis, working on some very exciting research problems, application-oriented problems, directly with the industry partners. So this was a new program, which Marlu rightly mentioned was in a pilot stage last year. And since 1 year, we have been growing this. It has grown a lot, and I'm very excited to share some of the highlights. The students this year too will be given this opportunity to participate with us. Some of the best performers from our summer program will get selected, shortlisted for this QSL program. And in a nutshell, you would be working with us under very close guidance from industry experts, from research scientists, and you would be working on real-world research-oriented problems. Very quickly, some highlights. Maru, next slide, please. Yeah, so over the 1 year which we have been building QSL, we have had some very amazing results. Some of them are listed down here. We achieved up to 90% cost reduction for some quantum chemistry algorithms. One of our team from Algeria worked on quantum optimization for warehouse operations, and they achieved up to 66% accelerations, which is like huge even for industry standards. Otherwise, our team has been working on CFD simulation, portable quantum sensors, studying NV center diamond quantum sensors, and a lot more. Even on the QKD sites, they have been building some QKD protocols for space communications with an Indian space startup. So yeah, a lot of exciting stuff has been happening, and I'm very, very proud of the entire cohort for QSL. All the participants were selected, shortlisted. You can even see some of the very happy photographs we have over here in the slide. In fact, one of our cohort was recently invited by the largest, one of the largest energy labs in the States, the NATL lab, and they were directly presenting their presentation to the head of the lab. So it has been a very amazing experience for all of us involved in this cohort. And I'm very positive that a lot of new students, new researchers, new early stage professionals from this current cohort will be participating with us on the QSL program. So watch out, we will be sharing a lot of more information on how to participate, how to get selected in a meanwhile. But yeah, back to you, Marlu, and let's over to this year's program.
Yes, fantastic. And that was an overview of the past 2 years and what is going on until now. But now, June 3rd, we are starting the Global Quantum and AI Program 2024. What will we do this summer, starting today and going on all the way through August 15th? It will be a program accessible to everyone, from beginners to intermediate to advanced. For advanced people, there will actually be amazing challenges and opportunity. So all stay tuned. We will start this week with an introduction to quantum computing, Q-Bronze, again by Gibran Rashid. Some people might remember him who were there the past 2 years, but we have many new people. And this week 1 is meant especially for you. But everyone, please join for the fireside chat with Olivia Lanes tomorrow and Q&A. You can ask her your questions. For the games with Quantum Odyssey on Wednesday. On Friday, a keynote by William Oliver from MIT. Please all join for that. Week 2, Quantum Annealing. We will have a program combined from D-Wave and Q-World, where you get insights in the concepts and hardware of quantum annealing, and then into the applications and the programming. You can earn a certificate for this, Q Cobalt. We will then dive into artificial intelligence, quantum hardware, quantum machine learning, advanced quantum algorithms. And after that, the industry projects in AI and quantum, for which the best people will be selected for sponsored fellowships. More about this soon. In 2024, we partner with 3 main key partners: the US Naval Nuclear Laboratory, Fraunhofer ITWM in Kaiserslautern in Germany, and Classic, a quantum computing company. But we have many more partners overall, hosting lab tours, coming in with speakers, providing content, providing sponsorship, including Xanadu, D-Wave, a virtual lab tour by Google Quantum AI, virtual lab tour by Atom Computing, by Oak Ridge. We have NIST talking about quantum hardware. We have NCAR, which is a research center for climate, talking on how to use AI for climate and weather modeling. And NVIDIA and many more interesting partners and speakers coming. I will go through this a bit more. So week 1, we start with the intro to quantum computing and programming, partnering with QWorld, IBM, MIT. Week 2, next week, 3 sessions on quantum annealing. And in the meantime, you can do self-study on quantum hardware. We have recorded lectures for that and exercises available on Canvas. After that, we will have mixed modules. We will dive into advanced quantum algorithms. Every week on Wednesday, we will have a session on advanced quantum algorithms, 8 sessions in total, Wednesdays and some Mondays. We will have an AI speaker series, artificial intelligence, focusing on materials discovery, on climate, on traffic, and how to use AI for that. Quantum machine learning, 5 sessions with Xanadu and Fraunhofer, preparing you for projects in quantum machine learning. And then from week 5, but all the way through week 10, these quantum and AI industry projects will start. Vardaan will soon share more about that. Of course, all these efforts need to be rewarded. You can get started now with a few models. You won't get certificates for those. The basics of quantum mechanics, quantum computing, and a game, Quantum Odyssey, where in a playful way you can learn about quantum. But then, from this week, you can build towards earning certificates. 9 module certificates in Q-Bronze, which is that introduction to quantum computing and programming. Then more advanced quantum algorithms and programming called Q-Nickel. A self-study model on quantum computing hardware. Quantum annealing, and we'll give the certificate Q-Cobalt. And then for all others, a certificate on artificial intelligence, 2 certificates on advanced quantum algorithms, and this will be unique content. None of you can possibly have followed this content provided by Classic in this format. A certificate on quantum machine learning, and then the project. Overall, if you finish Q-Bronze and these modules 4 through 9, you will also obtain a final badge. So overall, 10 certificates. And we will soon show you Canvas, where you can do the exercises to earn these certificates, and where there are due dates to guide you through the whole summer. It is supposed not to be boring at all, but to be an interactive experience. During the sessions, we will be in touch on Discord all the time, and right now, I'm not reading too much because it is a lot to share, but usually we will always monitor what you are saying there to feel that to the speakers and to take it into account for the discussion. Then there will be virtual lab tours where you can really see what's going on in the lab. You can have the gamified experience, Quantum Odyssey, about which we will share more on Wednesday and show a demo. And then the industry, the quantum and AI research projects, for which you can team up and really show off your skills. That brings us to these industry projects. Vardaan, I will give it back to you to share more about this, a highlight of the program.
Right. Yeah. So for everyone who is curious about the QSL program, I just talked about the exciting projects we have been building for over a year now. This year, we will be starting something as a track, industry projects track in the program itself. So during the summer months, you would be trained on a lot of different things, from quantum algorithms, quantum machine learning, optimization tools, different platforms, right? Xanadu, Penny-Lane, D-Wave, a lot of stuff. So at the end of the entire training program, starting from July to August, you all will be expected to carry on one hands-on project on your own. These projects will be built as a team. So you can form your teams on Discord already, or maybe you can start meeting new friends over there, connect and network with your peers, see different ideas and explore new technologies you want to work towards. And this July to August period will be a period where you would be working on hands-on projects. I will share a little bit more details on what these projects are just in a minute. But yeah, during this period, you would be working on these projects. There would be clear guidelines on what you're expected to do. But obviously, if you have new ideas, if you want to share something new, you're always welcome to suggest those ideas to us. And after August, as soon as we see all of your projects, we will be judging those projects. And the clear winners, or maybe the shortlisted participants from all the projects, will be selected for sponsored QSL fellowship opportunities. So with all of our partners, we'll open up that entire QSL cohort again. And the best participants from the entire program from these projects will be moving forward to a sponsored fellowship opportunity. You will be getting a paid internship kind of an opportunity. You can work part-time, you can work full-time, you can work remotely, and you would be working on some of the best research projects there out on real-world problems. Diving a little bit more into what the projects are for this year, the first one is using quantum and AI applications for environmental modeling. We all know how important it is for us to tackle the different problems we are facing on climate change, on global warming, etc. And the main focus of this entire project will be to use any kind of computational tool you have. It could be data science tool, computational, AI, ML, modeling, anything, or quantum for that matter. And you basically need to address some of these problems. As a starting point, we have given some examples you can start reading already, perhaps using quantum or AI tools to improve the simulations for atmospheric flow, circulation, physical simulations like solving the Navier-Stokes or the CFD equations, or you could work more on the chemistry side using quantum computing for quantum chemistry or AI ML for quantum chemistry, and trying to model how light behaves with water droplets or with clouds, or trying to simulate the battery itself. You know, the opportunities over here are very wide, and we'll keep this project very open. So any kind of ideas are welcome over here. The main focus is to impress us with the most innovative idea you can think of and the most technically suited problem you can develop in the given time scale. But for those who want to dive a little bit more into industrial problems, there's another application which has been hosted by Fraunhofer. And in this, we will be working more towards quantum machine learning, in particular for defect detection in industries. So you know that industries have a lot of processes involved, and it's very important for us as an industry to detect different types of defects in the entire assembly line as soon as possible. Unfortunately, this entire thing is very time consuming and not the best for classical methods. So over here, we want you to specifically explore quantum machine learning models for improving image detection, image classification, and that kind of stuff using QML models. We will be very impressed if you can use PennyLane or Xanadu platforms to do that. But again, you are open to exploring other platforms too. This particular program has been hosted by the Fraunhofer Institute, so they will be also providing with some specific data sets for you to work on. Again, more information on all these projects will be shared shortly, but for now, you can just start exploring on some of these problems already. The third and the final project which we'll be offering you this year is with Classic, and this is more on the research and development side. So the past two problems were more industry-oriented. This was more towards research. So all those physicists, mathematics, and people coming from computer science background who really want to work on the algorithm side, I think this is the best project for them. So over here, you already all know Shor's and HTL algorithm for those who are familiar with the quantum background. If you're not aware, don't worry, we will be teaching you all these fundamental algorithms soon. But the task over here is to actually use these algorithms, implement them on your own, and try to tie them with some real world industry use case. So you can actually know how these algorithms are being implemented in the real world. Again, we'll keep this open-ended so your applications can run wild, but the main aim of this project will be to improve the algorithms in itself, right? So you don't need to impress us with the project real-world application over here. You have to impress us with how efficiently the algorithm is running or how good the results are coming out of here. This entire project, you need to work on the Classic platform. So again, the Classic team will be here soon, and they will be guiding you through all the steps, what you need to do, what you need to learn, what you need to be aware of, how to create your accounts and everything. So don't worry yet. This is just a small kind of teaser for you to see what kind of projects there will be. But as we move further into the program, there's a lot more information coming your way. The entire timeline, just to summarize everything up. So we will be introducing all these projects in a lot more detail on June 17th and June 24th. So please bookmark these dates or put them on the calendar for whole. I would like everyone to attend these two dates, June 17th, June 24th. All of our partners will be here and they will be talking about the projects in detail. So there's a good chance for everyone to interact with the partners themselves. Partner representatives, people from NNL will be coming, people from Classic and Fraunhofer will be there too, live in person, so you can talk to them, discuss your project queries directly with them. And once the projects have been introduced in great detail as a first step, we will be giving you approximately 1 month to work on these projects. So form your teams on Discord. We have a limit on the size of the teams. So a limited number of participants can form teams, as in some projects have only 2 participants per team, some have up to 4 participants per team. So make sure you are well aware of the project guidelines. Again, all these details will be shared later on, but during this 1 month phase, you all will be working on the projects. And finally, on August 15th, we will be having a live demo day. So we'll be inviting a lot of audience for you to present your projects. We will be announcing all the awards over here too. So the winners will be announced, but overall, I think this is a great opportunity for you to present your solutions to a wide global audience. So I would, I'm yeah, honestly, very, very excited to see what you all build and present during the demo day. And finally, the best participants get selected for QSL Fellowship. So after August 15, we will be intimating all the winners, all the best participants. We will go through all the paperwork required. We'll see if you are eligible for such fellowships. And yeah, so September 1, we will try to have those fellowships started. These are some exciting projects waiting for you. So yeah, kudos and best of luck, everyone.
Yeah, and in addition to the best technical prizes, there will also be other awards, like the best presentation award, a media award if you share to others about your project, a startup potential award, and details of that will be announced in these information sessions. I will walk everyone through the platforms that we're using now. For that, I will switch the screen share, and I want to do a shout out to Jasmine on the Womanium team, who is already answering so many questions on Discord. Thank you so much. The main platform for communications, discussions, announcements is Discord. The channels to really keep an eye on there are this announcements channel, then the daily schedule where we will post what is upcoming and which exercises will be due for the next days. Live questions is where you ask questions during the sessions, and that is already very successful, I see. While general questions is a place where you can always ask questions. Your technical and scientific questions, though, are often module specific, and for that we have this category program modules, where you can ask about every specific module and certificate to discuss there. Then I would like to point out one other channel, the Share Your World channel. There you can post pictures of what is going on for you, whether it is your surroundings, some very beautiful ones here, or what you're doing in your daily life, whether you're a scientist in a lab or perhaps making art. We love to learn more about you. We love to have everyone connect and see what is going on in each other's world. Another main link to keep in mind is this schedule. Please bookmark this link so you can see what is coming up for the upcoming days. You will see here the general timeline, the general modules, and then the overview of every week. And then here, what you really need today, the launch by the Womanium team, followed by a lecture on Intro to Quantum Computing and Programming. And then tomorrow, Q&A with Olivia Lanes, etc., etc. And you can see this for all the weeks coming up. And this schedule will only get more exciting because we already have some surprise speakers and fantastic additions to this program in mind. See here, week 6, QML, Advanced Quantum Algorithms. Week 7, we will also start on Quantum AI for Climate, etc. So bookmark this link, womanium.org/quantum/schedule. Then the next platform is Canvas. There are two links for Canvas. The first link is the join link, the Canvas enroll link, where you can onboard yourself onto the platform. Then there is a second link, the Canvas course link, which you actually use daily to then access the platform and do exercises. On Canvas, you can then do all your assignments to eventually earn your up to 10 certificates for this year. To show you what Canvas looks like, when you enter the Canvas course, and we will take this out of the recording because of the link. Please don't share the links. When you enter the platform, you will get to this homepage where you see an overview of the modules. Then the important part is here in modules. You can already get started there now, doing the pre-program survey and the pre-program quantum level assessment. Then prepare yourself using a gamified quantum experience, more on that on Wednesday, and the preparation module. And bit by bit, when the lectures are there, we will open the subsequent modules for you. The Q-Bronze Intro to Quantum Computing, the more advanced quantum algorithms, etc. So this is where you can access it. You will find the due date here, and you will find the eventual date for which you can finish the certificate here. How to earn the certificate? For that, to earn the certificate, you need to do all the quizzes and obtain 50% in each of them. In addition, your average quiz score for that whole module, for example, for 5 quizzes, needs to be more than 70%. And all of the quizzes need to be completed before this final due date. For example, for Q-Bronze, you see that there will be 5 quizzes available, 1.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all have 20 points, so to have 50%, you need to score at least 10. And overall, you need to have 70% in the module. This module has 100 points, so you need to earn at least 70 points. There are due dates here, June 5th, 6th, etc. These are mostly a guide for you to stay on track with the lectures. If you are 1 day later, 2 days later, we won't subtract any points, do anything, but it will be helpful for you to do it by this due date. The final due date that we take into account is this date, complete the module by June 23. At that moment, we will look into the system. Have you done them all? Next platform, we are currently on Zoom, but we will post the recordings on YouTube. The link for that is youtube.com/@Womanium or womanium.org/quantum/YouTube. We will share both of those with you to find the recordings there. The recordings will be posted with a slight delay. They will be there within 2 days after the lecture. That brings me to thanking the Womanium team and then sharing what is coming up the next days. First of all, a big shout out to the founders of Womanium, Prachi Vakaria and Shavin Raj, who set up this foundation 7 years ago, have since then educated and trained and exposed many people to many exciting fields, from space with NASA to neurobiology with NIH to advanced energy with ARPA-E and many more. Our team leading the Quantum Solutions Launchpad and this Womanium QUANTUM+AI training program with Vardhan Sagal, Madalina Mironiuk, Akshita Tiwari, Miriam Batista, and you see many different countries are represented here, from India to UK to US to US and Philippines, etc. Haisa Bruzaka from Denmark, Alex Piagiu from Italy, originally from Cameroon, Ananya Srivastava from the US, Lindsay Bayak, US, and all of them will introduce themselves in upcoming sessions. Jasmine Murphy from US, you see her picture here, but you will see her soon online as she is answering your queries now on Discord. Bakao from France, originally from Senegal, Horia from the US. And now I will just take 1 more minute to show you what is coming up the next days, tomorrow we will have a fireside chat and Q&A with Olivia Lanes from IBM. You can ask her all your questions that we will then share with her. So please be online there, followed by a Q-Bronze by Gibran Rashid from QWorld, the introduction to quantum computing and programming, which is for the people who haven't done that yet. But everyone, even if you have done Q-Bronze, please come for this fireside chat and Q&A with Olivia Lanes tomorrow. Wednesday, Quantum Odyssey, a gamified quantum experience with the speaker who made the game from Quarks Interactive, Laurencio Nita. We will have a Q-Bronze hands-on tutorial, followed on Friday by a keynote in quantum computing, William Oliver, MIT. And then the last Q-Bronze lecture done by our own Erica Storm, a Womanium Quantum Solutions Launchpad Fellow. She was a participant in the program last year and now has risen to being a lecturer. As you see, this week we will have lectures and sessions on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. In all the upcoming weeks, it will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So this week is an exception with the additional Tuesday. The overview, you have seen it multiple times. We will share this on Discord and elsewhere too. And that brings us to questions. I will share some questions. I see there are many on Discord. Everyone stay on. We will do 5 minutes of Q&A, then a little break, and then Gibran from QWorld will be there to host the first Q-Bronze lecture. I see questions about the projects. Vardan, are there specific requirements for the projects? Can everyone from each country do them or not?
Yes, yeah, the projects are open for everyone globally. So there's no eligibility criteria, whether you're a higher student, undergrad, postgrad, industry professional, the projects are open to everyone. So the 3 projects which I mentioned, I'll share the details later in a separate session too. But yeah, it's open to everyone and there are no restrictions on who can participate. Whether you are selected for a QSL fellowship afterwards is a separate matter altogether, and obviously we'll be looking out for the best participants over there. But again, those information will be shared later.
Yes, and to add color, what we are aim to do, everyone should participate. We wish you the best of luck for the projects. And we have a variety of prizes for the best performing teams. Some of you may win the prizes, some of you may be selected for fellowships. It's, yeah, really depends on how well you perform. So good luck.
Yeah. And overall, for everyone, it will be a great learning experience. Also something you can then post on your GitHub to share to future employers and start your own quantum career. And some of you are already in there. There are questions about the skills needed for the program now. People say, I only have basic programming skills. Is that enough? Yes, this first week, you can join the Q-Bronze to then apply your basic programming skills, for example, in Python, to quantum programming. So join that every day, do the exercises, do the quizzes, and that will bring you up to speed. It could be a pretty steep learning curve. It is not like, yeah, you sit down in the weekend for 2 hours, you will be there. No, it will be something to keep doing every day. So although we have sessions 3 times a week, be prepared to put effort into the program every day to really become the best. People ask, what if I already have a Q-Bronze certificate? Then you can upload it to the Canvas to show that you have one and you don't need to repeat it. Will the schedule always be the same even if the days change? The sessions, the live sessions will always be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from what is 10:30 a.m. Eastern time in the US till a little bit before 1 p.m. ET in the US. And this first week, we also have a session tomorrow on Tuesday. The content will change every day and also how long the parts are in each session. Like we usually have 2 speakers. That will vary. Sometimes we have a short first speaker and a long second one. Sometimes they are both equal, etc. So please always be there from the start of the session. Then there is a question about lecture attendance, because people work full-time jobs or are studying. We are not tracking lecture attendance. It is not mandatory, but it's highly recommended. If you cannot make it due to circumstances or your work, etc., then please watch the recording that we post online within, and we will post that within 2 days after the lecture. All right.
How are teams formed for the projects? Who makes the teams?
Oh, can you share about that, Vardan?
Yeah, all the participants are expected to form the teams on their own, but we will be announcing what is the process. Like, we'll be opening a channel for team formation. You can connect with your peers, network within the Discord server itself. You can also invite your friends to join the program. We are still keeping the enrollment open. So yeah, everything is open right now. You can bring more people in you already know, or you can connect with new people on the Discord server and form the teams. But I would suggest not forming the teams yet. Just wait for a few more days, few more weeks. We will discuss a little bit more about the project, and you will also get to know what the project is all about, what are the technical skills required, what skills you already have, so that you can seek out people with some additional skill sets on Discord. So once you get a better information, better structure about what the project is, then you can start looking for your potential teammates in the Discord server. So yeah, please be patient right now, and stay tuned for the future lecture.
Yeah, the detailed project information will be shared on June 17th and June 24th. I would like people to give people the opportunity to take a little break before we start with the first lecture by Gibran. In the meantime, we will answer a couple more questions though, but they will come back the upcoming days. So please take a few minutes break if you need it.
Yes, and I see many of you have questions on Discord, Luma, Zoom. Things should start working in the next few days. I think a lot of you sometimes have similar issues joining Discord. Copy paste the Discord link onto your browser, and then you can join it. Sometimes you get a message, and that could be on your side where maybe you've not cleared your cache, and that's why you can't join a new Discord. So try to help each other. And if you have still questions, you can write to us at quantum@womanium.org, and we'll try your best. Again, we're all volunteers. We also have other full-time positions, but we'll do our best to help you.
Yeah.
To add to the Discord joining, I've seen that some participants have tried to join from their phone application, and they've been successful using the link there.
And every day you will see Lindsay. Lindsay's going to start us off every day. The speakers will change, but you'll always see Lindsay.
And the format of the lectures will also change every day. For example, Gibran might give a presentation with combined written and slides, while others use only slides or only written, others use videos. So every day is not necessarily representative of the next day. Stay tuned, and a lot of great content will come. Will lecture notes be provided in PDF format? For these Q Bronze lectures, yes. For others, not always, and we will announce that per lecture. Then there was a question for these projects. Do you need to be enrolled in this program to be part of the team? Yes, only participants can join them. But it's not too late to enroll. So if you know people who should join your team, let them enroll now and they can join it. Are the projects for everyone? Yes, they are really for everyone. We want you to have a learning experience. The projects will be guided with easier steps first, so you can learn, then more challenging steps, and you can pass the project also with the more basic parts, because we want everyone to succeed and pass this project if you have done effort in this whole program to earn the training modules towards it.
Yeah, some of you joined only recently. I think you may have signed up after June 2nd. June 2nd, our last orientation email went out. So if you've joined after that, like just on the last day, then just wait for some time, maybe later today, but we will send the next batch of orientation emails.
Okay, we will answer more questions on Discord. Discord is the main place for your questions. It will be answered best by the Womanium team and by fellow participants. So use that as your first source. When people enroll now, it might take 2 days until they have the welcome email. So please stay patient in that case. Please don't share the Zoom link. Keep it private for yourself. Please take your chance to refresh a little bit, and then we will start with the first lecture. No worries if it was now a lot of information. Maybe some things are confusing. The program will go on for 10 weeks, and very soon you will see how everything works